Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to PlaytechTV. My name is Kevin and today we're going to be checking out the AMD R9 Fury X. Now I was really excited with this guy coming out, and you should be too, because this is AMD's new top-of-the-line graphics card and it really is something special. Now let's talk about that new GPU in it. So it's featuring the new 28nm Fiji XT GPU based on the GCN 1.2 architecture, and it's coming with a reference clock speed of 1050 MHz. Now that GPU has 4,096 shader units. That is absolutely crazy. When you compare it to the 390X, which only has 2,816 shader units, you see how much of a step up it really is. Now it has 64 ROPS, which is the same as the 290X or 390X. 256 texture units, which is compared to the 176 on the 290X, so that's also a big step up there. And it also features 8.9 billion transistors. When you compare that to the 6.2 billion of the 290X, you see that is a huge step up there too. Now TDP wise, it's coming with a TDP of 275 watts, which is the same as the 290X. That's pretty good when you consider the extra performance you're getting out of this guy. So performance per watt is going to do a lot better than the 290X, and still it's a pretty decent TDP. Now memory wise, so this is where this card got a lot of attention. So it's featuring 4 GB of HBM memory, which is a high bandwidth memory in it. So this is what AMD's been working on for about 7 years now, and it's pretty impressive stuff. It takes up, well, it's 94% smaller in terms of surface area than GDDR5, and it has a lower power consumption and ultra wide bus width. So it is really exciting. You might be thinking already, yeah, 4 GB, that's cool, but that's not enough for me. Trust me, 4 GB is going to be fine for the majority of users out there. We'll show you the benchmarks a bit later, but just trust me, 4 GB is still a very solid amount of memory. So basically how this HBM works, I'm going to keep it basic for you guys so you don't get confused, is they're basically stacking the memory on the GPU die rather than on the board. And they do this via an interposer, which is basically like the foundation for it that you can build everything up off of. So being so close to the GPU is what gives it its very high bandwidth and absolutely fantastic power efficiency. And it gives it the incredible bus width of 4,096-bit bus. That is absolutely crazy when you consider it, compare it to the 512-bit bus on the 290X. Memory bandwidth wise, you're going to get 512 gigabytes a second with the Fury X, which is crazy. And to give you an idea, the 290X gave you 320 gigabytes a second, so a big jump up there too. Now as you can see, it comes with this all-in-one liquid cooler, which is by Cooler Master from the factory. It's really good. I really like it. This is a 120mm radiator with a reservoir on top. The fan it comes with is also very good, very quiet, a static pressure optimized fan as well, so it does a very good job there. It's nicely sleeved, and moving on to the card itself, it looks really good. It has an LED indicator over the power connectors, you know, these dual 8-pin power connectors here. Which shows you GPU usage. This Radeon logo also lights up. It has this kind of soft touch material to it. I really like it. I think this is a really sexy card, and I really think it's a big step up for AMD comparing the reference 290X last time. So yeah, this is absolutely awesome in that sense. Now I/O wise, it's a bit of a letdown for some people out there. You'll see it doesn't have any DVI, which some people might not be too happy about, and it's got triple DisplayPort 1.2, so that's really good, and has HDMI, but this is HDMI 1.4, so you're not going to be able to do 4K at 60 Hz like you would with HDMI 2.0. However, there is going to be an adapter coming soonish, I believe, that will fix that problem, so that's really good. But I/O wise, yeah, some people might think of it as a little bit of a letdown, but in this day and age, I think most people should be using or will be using DisplayPort anyway, so it's not really the end of the world. Crossfire wise is going to be just like the 290X. AMD continues to do it through the PCI, which is just fine. And let's look at the benchmarks now and see how this guy does, and take note of the scaling it has between the resolutions. So let's jump into it and see how it does. So as you can see from the benchmarks, it does an incredible job there. 4K Tomb Raider was averaging 62.8 frames per second, which is really, really solid. So that's also good. And 61 average frames per second in GTA 5 at 4K. So that was really good. All these benchmarks, I'm told, were maxed out as well. So that's really cool. And this is just showing to be an incredible performer. This Fiji GPU, XT GPU, is putting out so much performance. So AMD's really stepped up this time, and I really like where they've been going with this. However, performance isn't everything. So let's talk about temperatures, and I think you'll be impressed with the temps on this guy as well. So at idle, it stays in kind of like the 20s, around 25 Celsius-ish, up or down a little bit. However, on load, and this was during the Unigine Heaven benchmark, I left it for about 20 minutes, it went up to 45 degrees Celsius. So that's still very, very, very cool. And that was only at 16% fan speed. So this all-in-one liquid cooler does a phenomenal job. Temperature-wise, it does absolutely fantastic, and I was very impressed with the temperatures out of this guy. Noise-wise, it also does a really, really good job. I mean, at idle, it's going to be completely silent when you're doing, just browsing the web and stuff like that. It's going to be completely silent, and even on load, it's still very, very, very quiet. And I think your case fans will probably drown out the noise from this guy. So it does a very good job in terms of sound as well, and I think everyone will be happy that it's a big step up over the, hairdryer, which was the reference 290X. So, in conclusion, what do I think of the Fury X? Well, I think this is a really, really good job from AMD. So, the new Fiji GPU does an excellent job. This HBM memory is also really fantastic, and it is the future, so that's really cool as well. And obviously, you get this small form factor to go with it. The card itself just looks sexy and nice and, refreshing to see. The all-in-one liquid cooler does excellent when it comes to temperatures. And overall, I just think this is an absolutely fantastic card, and it would be really good going forward, especially with DirectX 12. I think it would be good. AMD is doing a lot of stuff with virtual reality, which I really like. And also the fact that there's going to be more than one of these Fury cards, so you'll have to subscribe to PlaytechTV to catch those videos when they come out in the future. But yeah, I'm really impressed by this card, and it does a really good job. Now, I thank you all for watching this video. Please subscribe to PlaytechTV if you like this video and like it. And I'll see you guys next time.